Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at everything that I picked up in my kind of comic and collectible store hunt this past week, not weekend. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. Let's check this stuff out. So here is the bag. That is the bag of stuff. I do have one massive thing that honestly I might show off first because I'm not really sure if I can get it with the camera. I'd rather just get it out of the way. So let's move the bag for a little bit. As you guys can see, there's a bunch of wrestling accessories in here along with another little surprise. But this is going to be the big frickin' thing. And what is that? Well, it is an old WWE entrance stage. And as you guys can probably see over here in the corner, I do already have the AEW entrance stage, but I wanted a WWE one. This is my first really ever WWE playset, I guess you could say. And I can't really turn it too much, but if I can show you, from what you guys can at least see, that's going to be the front here. So up here, I don't want to move my camera and mess anything up, but up here is going to be like where the screen is and all that stuff. And there's actually an interesting feature here. You can hear me moving that thing up and down, and actually, I don't really care. There's the top of it. I just want you guys to kind of see this, but that's the top of it, and let me throw you back down there to the bottom. But what this is right here is you can actually put an iPad here and display videos or whatever. So if you wanted to have your figure come in to a certain entrance, there's a little bit of an adjuster here, and I guess you could put your phone or an iPad there, and it would be able to display that. And then there's a bunch of other accessories that did come with it. Over here, there's kind of the ramp, but I've been using this for my AEW pop-up stage. There's a bunch of different play features and all that. There's a WWE sign that goes right here, and that can just kind of get knocked over and do all that. There was some scaffolding on the sides here, but I ended up moving that over in the, oh, you guys can't see it, but I ended up including it in my my AEW setup because I kind of needed some scaffolding. But on the back here, there's a whole lot more. This is kind of like a little, like, I don't even know what you would call it. I guess like the maintenance area or the sound stage setup. Excuse me, sound stage setup. I just totally butchered that. But right here, there's kind of these breakable entrance walls. Up here is this kind of scaffolding, and there's this little ladder thing that kind of comes down, and you can actually put your figure on top of there and have them kind of tumble off, and there's a ladder over here so that your figure could walk up or do whatever if you're going to play. There's a nice print here of just kind of like a chair, and it looks like the, what does Jim Cornette call it? The gorilla position right back here with the screen and all that. That looks great. And the last little feature I can show off of that is that it actually does kind of light up when you hit that. So you imagine you have your iPad there or your phone or whatever playing music, you got the lights here, and there's a whole bunch of action that you can kind of do with this playset. So that was awesome. I got it pretty inexpensive, and I'm looking to see if I can kind of incorporate it somehow into my setup or maybe a future setup. So yeah, that was the biggest thing that really came from my haul. So I'm going to get that out of the way along with some other stuff, and we're going to open up this bag and see what is inside. So here's the bag again, and I'm just going to straight up dump it on the table. So here we go. Let's see. Get all that out of there, and let's see what we picked up. So majority of it, I will be honest, was chairs. I needed some chairs for my kind of diorama here. As you can see right over there in the corner, I kind of have them lined up right there next to Andrade, almost like they're kind of being stacked like you're at an actual wrestling match. This I want to save for the end of the video because it's really interesting, but let me get these chairs out of the way. They're just pretty basic black chairs. I did get one that had a Ringside Collectible logo on it. I love collecting those. And then the other one that I got, if I can find it, actually, my bad, two Ringside chairs. But where is the big one? Right here, the tables, ladders, and chair with the kind of the logo on there. I really wanted that one, so I picked that up. Let's get all these chairs out of here. I believe I have maybe 10 or 11 that I picked up. So let me throw all those out there, and that will really just be kind of for show for my whole setup. So I told you I got a lot of them. Let's see. All right. Next thing up, I just got this other barricade. As you can see back here, I kind of have a jerry rig set up for my barricade, and this will only serve to expand it. So I love these kinds of things. It'll just kind of make my my whole diorama, or whatever you want to call it, a little bit more lively and in depth. I picked up these little chain pieces, or kind of like this chain link, I guess you could say, almost like these gates. I figured I could maybe put them in a corner somewhere just to kind of fill up space, something like that, but I figured they would come in use for a WWE setup. And these are the really cool things, trust me. So the first thing, I do not have, I rarely collect WWE figures. Actually, these are all my WWE figures right there, and I know, rarely is kind of an understatement there, but I have not gotten one with a Money in the Bank briefcase, so I kind of made my own. I found this regular briefcase, and I had this old kind of toy printed money that I just threw inside there, and I apologize for being too blurry. I'm working on getting better lighting for this, and once the better lighting comes in, this will all look crystal clear, so I do apologize for that, but obviously I have some cash in there just to kind of work around this. I'm going to try to focus the camera on that a little bit. I don't know if that helped at all, but there's that. That was awesome to see. This kind of bandage wrap, it kind of functions the same way as a lot of the title belts are, but you can wrap it around a figure almost like they're injured or something like that. The only downside is I think this might have come with like a female wrestler because the waist is just so tiny, but you know, you can kind of expand it and get it out to there or something like that. So who knows? Pretty sweet. Speaking of bandages and injuries, I got an arm sling. I remember seeing on Bretto Live's channel, he had this super rare kind of like Straight Edge Society CM Punk that came with one of these, and I figured, you know, if a wrestler gets injured and I kind of wanted to display that with my display, this would be a great accessory to get. So yeah, just a little arm sling there. And the last of the WWE accessories is this random t-shirt. I have absolutely no idea where this shirt is from, what wrestler it's from. I'm trying to get it close to the camera so you guys can see. There we go. Oh, that was the whole thing. I just need to get this stuff closer to the camera. I was holding it too far back. I'm so stupid. But there you go. If you can tell me what wrestler this belongs to, I'd love to have it, but I just think that this looks so sweet with the knives and the gas mask. I'm trying to figure out who I can put this with. All right, that concludes all of the wrestling accessories. This last thing is not wrestling, but it really does kind of mean a lot to me, so I wanted to point it out. But it's going to be, oh man, of course right now during the video it's escaping me, but this was like this World War II kind of Sergeant Rock style G.I. Joe that they had come out a long time ago. I think back maybe the early 2000s or late 90s. And I'm a big history guy. I love World War II, especially World War II figures. So this stood out to me, and I absolutely loved it. I'm going to try to get him as close as I can so you guys can see, but he just looks so sweet. Pretty decent articulation for the age, I will admit, and he comes with a lot of great accessories. A helmet that kind of fits on him absolutely perfectly. He comes with two weapons. An M1 Garand, which is very nice to see, and this typical kind of, I don't even know who made these, but this typical early 2000s G.I. Joe pistol, most likely associated with the 45 caliber 1911, and then this little ammo box, which I thought was cool as well. But this was just so much fun. I really have always wanted this figure, and I found him loose, so I was super happy about that. I'm trying to get him to stand up here if I can, so we can kind of wrap up this video. Let's see. Come on there, Sarge. There we are. All right. I'm going to focus on him, if it'll let me, and there you go. So folks, we got a massive WWE playset, a bunch of WWE and wrestling figure accessories, and yeah, this kind of World War II figure. I wish I remembered the name. I know the name, but it's escaping me right now. If you guys do remember, leave it in the comments below. But that's all I have. And one last thing that I want to say, I really am trying to convince myself to not say WWE. I think people say that way too fast, so I do apologize for my pronunciation of WWE, but that's a whole other can of worms. Guys, I apologize for ranting, but thank you so much for 60 subscribers. I really do appreciate it, and as always, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.